This is the Wild Atlantic Way.
So we're here on the Wild Atlantic Way in Ireland, where we've driven from County Cork up to Donegal and done 2,000 kilometers. We decided to come to Ireland on this trip because we wanted to do the Wild Atlantic Way, which is an epic road trip going from County Cork, way in the south, all the way up to the northern part of Ireland along the west coast where we finished in Donegal. And you know, we really love road trips, and this really is the epic road trip of a lifetime.
We're off to Skellig Michael, and it is a beautiful day.
Skellig Michael was already a top attraction on the Wild Atlantic Way, with tours leaving from the town of Portmagee. But ever since Star Wars: The Last Jedi, it has become hugely popular. This is the island Luke lived out his self-imposed exile, and it is a very fitting location. Skellig Michael has a short window for tourism, and even if you do manage to go at the right time, chances of landing are small due to the weather and swells.
Well, we're gonna go and try and get off the boat. The swells are pretty big, but we're gonna give it a try. The key is to go for the low step. You don't want to be stepping high.
We had a lucky day at the Skellig Islands.
Only 1,000 more stairs to go. Just around the corner, we're at the top. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, Skellig Michael.
Skellig Michael consists of beehive huts that were inhabited by monks in the 6th century. It takes about a half an hour to reach the top of the stone steps that were built by those monks that wanted to live in seclusion. And it is worth every step of the effort to take in the incredible views.
Now that was cool. Wow. Just a spectacular day here at Skellig Michael. Just the scenery, the history, everything all combined together. It's a place you cannot miss. Down this one-lane road off of Connors Pass, which is kind of crazy because, you know, if anybody's coming up, then where do they pull off? I don't know. You know, like I got people coming towards me now.
So you have to go up here.
Pull off.
You have to go there.
Right?
Oh, they're pulling for you.
They're pulling.
They flashed you.
You know, it's kind of crazy. You have to one lane going up the side of a mountain is not what I would call good urban planning. Hopping on the ferry here, going from Kerry to Clare, I believe.
Driving in Ireland has definitely been an adventure. First of all, it's on the opposite side of the road of what we drive on in Canada. And actually it was really fun for us because we got to drive a BMW, so what can I say? But the real challenge here was how narrow the roads are. The whole point of the Wild Atlantic Way is that they've joined all of these old motorways to make it one big, long, 2,700 kilometer trail up, actually roadway up the coast. So there are all these old roads that have been pieced together. So, you know, you're on some tracks where it's only 1.5 cars can fit. So when you're facing oncoming traffic, you gotta sometimes back up, sometimes pull over into a driveway. You're sharing the road with cows, with sheep, with people, with cyclists, and if not only are you sharing all these narrow roads with other people, they're very windy. There are so many twists and turns, and you never get a straightaway, so you're always coming around the corner and you never know what you're going to see.
This is the Wild Atlantic Way! Our first excursion on the Wild Atlantic Way, paddling in Loch Hyne.
For a unique excursion, Atlantic sea kayaking takes adventure seekers out on Loch Hyne to experience the loch in the dark.
Well, we're out here on Loch Hyne and we're paddling in Ireland. It is so peaceful and beautiful.
The tour begins at sunset and we paddle until we see nothing but a starry sky. This relaxing trip is a beautiful experience as our guide and owner, Jim Kennedy, tells us of the area and the flora and fauna of the coast.
We're here at Malin Head in Ireland. Our first stop for where we really got that taste of the wild Atlantic way was Malin Head, and that's down in County Cork. And Malin Head is the most southwesterly point in Ireland, and this is where we got to see that Atlantic Ocean basically having its way with the cliffs all along there. And for me, I felt this real sense of feeling the power of Mother Nature to watch this surf just smash into the rocks. And you know, again, the landscape here has really made me want to come back.
We're standing in a ring fort here on the Slieve Head Loop in Ireland, and these date back to 1200 AD. Pretty ancient and pretty interesting.
We went horseback riding in Donegal, and that was a great place. It's one of the most scenic routes in actually all of the world. National Geographic rated it as one of the most scenic road drives and sleigh head drive around that area. So we got to go up in the mountains and actually see a panoramic view of the area, and it was so gorgeous. It was also very different from any riding that Dave and I have ever done before because they ride English here.
We're riding here with Dingle horse riding out of the stable in Dingle, Ireland, and man, is it beautiful. I got to listen to some incredible music, and almost every pub that we went into, we were approached by a local who sat down, talked to us, and you know, just told us about their life. And to me, that's really what travel's all about. Sláinte! We got to visit two of the highest cliffs in Europe. One was the cliffs of Moher, which was absolutely stunning. We had a really great sunset there as well, which I was really happy that we got to see it that way, because it really is a place that is special. But there's also another place called Slieve League farther north, which also claims to be the highest cliffs in Europe. And you know, they're not that far apart, but the landscapes themselves were completely different. You know, the cliffs of Moher have these jagged rocks and green tops, whereas when we're at Slieve League, it's more of a smooth edge and a lot less green. So you're getting two different landscapes within a very short distance of each other. We went out to the Aran Islands, where we took a plane ride out there. You can take a ferry, it's about a 45-minute ferry, or you can take I think it took us about 15-minute plane ride to get there, which is really fantastic. We just arrived in Inishmore here in the Aran Islands, ready to take a nice cycle and enjoy the beautiful scenery. Cycling in Ireland, gotta love it.
This is Donangus on Inishmore. Donangus is a prehistoric fort perched on a 100-meter high cliff that is not for the faint of heart. Dating back to the 2nd century BC, it is in remarkable shape, but it is a setting that is truly awe-inspiring.
This is all from prehistoric times.
We're in the Burren here in Ireland, and this is a fascinating area right here where the Kilfenora crosses are on display from the 11th and 12th century.
We got to take a trip out to the Well of Souls, which is in the Burren area of the Wild Atlantic Way here in Ireland. And it's this opening of a tomb. These tombs are prehistoric. Again, they date back to somewhere around 2900 BC. And the landscape is something like I've never seen before. It's all these stones that just litter the ground. And they all seem to be sort of omnidirectional, and that they're all pointing in one direction, you know, and there's this flow. It's something, it's unlike any scenery or any landscape I've ever seen. One of the surprising things in Ireland is that they have a lot of beaches, and I had no idea. Every county that we went to had a beach. You know, it could be a long beach when we were down in County Kerry, where we walked along Rossbly Beach, to all the way up to Donegal, where they had like a 3-mile beach. You know, you don't think about that. You know, the Wild Atlantic Way, you think of just rugged landscape, but there's also beautiful beaches to enjoy. We're here at the Voya Seaweed Bath, which I've never done before. It's going to be interesting. It looks kind of a little bit slimy. It's steaming up in here as well. But this is something, you know, down here in Strandhill and County Mayo that everybody should give a try when they're doing the Wild Atlantic Way. So I've had my steam bath. Time to get into our seaweed bath. Well, got myself in. It's as slimy as I thought it's going to be, but I think I'm going to kick back and just relax this moment. Just came out of my seaweed bath here in Strandhill, Ireland. I feel a little slimy. We'll see what the benefits are, and for some reason I have a hankering for fish and chips. I don't know.
It's every girl's dream to stay in a real live castle, and I get to do it here with my honey in Ireland.
Staying in a castle on the Wild Atlantic Way is a must. There are many to choose from that are remodeled, rich, and sophisticated. Our favorite was Loch Hyne Castle Hotel in Donegal.
So we're here to photograph the Lighthouse in Donegal, and it's going to be a beautiful sunset. Well, we made it to the northernmost point here on mainland Ireland, Malin Head, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
And that was the Wild Atlantic Way. If you enjoyed our video, be sure to subscribe. We put up travel tips and travel destinations each week.